I think from a retail perspective, obviously, the proof is a little bit easier, right? Because the colleague experience is improved. You can see it, you can feel it. Okay, the customer experience is improved. You can see it, you can feel it. But when you talk about, convincing the business the value, right, of what you're doing, right? I love the plane analogy. In fact, I'm going to steal it, right? But when you talk about customer experiences, and you can easily dream that up, right? Or you can easily help convey that story of why, right, that change should be done, why it should be enabled, because everything that we do in retail these days is all about that personalized experience, right? So anything that can help you, right, be closer, right, to the customer without being creepy, and it's a fine line, right? Anything that helps you be closer, okay, is actually something that you can test and learn into, right? We're not, just like we were mentioning, projects are dead, right? We're really talking about outcomes, and I would take a step back and say, we need to start organizations down that path if they're not already down it, right? The concept of agile. Agile is really a dirty word, but let's be very specific. Iterative delivery, right? Iterative delivery is really key, okay, to today's sort of technology organization. Whether or not you're agile, however you want to define it, iterative delivery is definitely needed, right, when you're talking about big, massive programs of change, right? And already ripping off the airplane analogy, you don't build an airplane in one iteration and say it'll fly, right? You build it, you have multiple stage gates, you have multiple tests, right? So when you talk about the modern, like, convincing the business, you're building into it, right? The business is with you, right? So you're on that journey together.
And are you seeing that there is still challenges for you with legacy technology and infrastructure that you're having to deal with? Is that still a thing, or are we past all of that now?
I think raise your hand if you have a mainframe, right? I think everybody's got a mainframe, right? Absolutely, everybody has legacy technology. The question is whether or not you're able to sustain your innovation on the legacy technology, whether or not you're able to operate on your legacy technology, right? We can talk about cloud, we can talk about hybrid, we can talk about all these sorts of new pieces of infrastructure, but we can't sell that. We're going to have a hard time selling that to the business if it doesn't, if you can sustain your pace of innovation, if you can sustain your operations on what you have.